Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Today I want to talk about something that I don't think I've heard discussed before. As many of you know, on the side, our ministry teaches personal finances to people for free as part of our ministry. And one of the things that I noticed, and it makes perfectly good sense, I just never thought about it, is that young people really have no clue about what it takes to buy a house. So today, I want to go through just a quick checklist for anybody that's considering buying their first home. Whether it's rental property or a home or multifamily, whatever it is, these basic steps is what you need to follow. Now, the first thing you need to do is to get your credit in order. And by that, I mean your credit rating to get the good credit, to get the good deals needs to be around 740. You can get a loan at 700 or high 600s, and believe it or not, you can qualify for an FHA loan with credit as low as in the 500s. And I don't remember the exact number, but that's amazing to me. But you got to get your credit in order. If you file bankruptcy, there's things that you need to do. If you've got collections or late pays, take care of those. Get your credit in order. It'll still show on your credit report, but if it shows that it's paid, it might make a difference. In any event, get it taken care of. You may have to wait a couple of years for it to get off of your report, but get your credit in order. That's the first thing you need to do, and that will take time. Now, if your credit is borderline, there are some things that you can do to help increase your credit limit. Now, I've done videos on tricks to increase it, the 5 parts of your credit report and things that you can do. Go watch those. Some of the quick things that you could do would be try to qualify for a new credit card or a new personal loan, because the more types of credit you have and the more higher credit limits that you can get, that will tell the lender that you know how to handle credit. That's important. All along, what you need to be doing is saving your cash. Now, when you are a first-time home buyer, there are many, 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 many deals out there. I talked about FHA a minute ago. You can get into a house with an FHA loan for 3.5% down. 3.5%. So if you buy a $100,000 house, that means your down payment is going to be $3,500. That's a pretty good deal. Now, the bad news is that your payment is going to be a little higher. But, and here's the big thing about saving your money. If you can do a house hack or many of the other frugal things that we've discussed and save every little penny, you can get in for, and if you're a veteran, you can get in for no money down. That's a fact. 3.5% on an FHA. The conventional loan for a home is 20%. And I know that when you're young, the temptation is to go for the low cash, and I get it. But I do not recommend that. I recommend that you do 20% down, because it'll keep your payment down. You won't have to pay extra for insurance. So there are many benefits to putting 20% down, and it might coax the lender to think if you've got some skin in the game, they might work with you. Now, after you save your money and you are ready to go, then you need to write down what it is that you want in a house. Because if you don't, you'll make an emotional decision that you might regret later. Put down the minimum things that a house has to have. 2 bedroom, 1 bath, a living room, dining room, kitchen, decent neighborhood. great neighborhood. Neighborhood doesn't matter. Whatever's important to you, write it down, and that will be the minimum house that you will buy. The next thing you need to do is to contact a realtor. And the way you find a realtor is not through the phone book and not through park benches. No. Talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to people that you know that own homes, and check around. For the Springfield, Illinois area, I did a video about my realtor. And because he is a very good realtor. And I did a video, and I always refer people to him. He knows what he's doing, and there are people in every city that will do that. If you ask, you will be told who the good realtors are. And I would actually interview some realtors. Don't just take the first one that comes along. They're all out there working for commission. They will talk to you, and you should ask them questions. Like, is your commission negotiable? How long have you been in the business? What's your specialty? There are specialties, believe it or not. Now, the next thing you need to do, and your realtor will tell you this, you need to contact your bank and get a qualification letter. Because in this town, I don't know about other towns, but in this town, realtors will not even take you to show a property unless you're qualified at the bank. Now, it takes a few minutes, but they've got it down today to where my banker will interview me on the phone. Hey, what are you looking for? What are you making? Give me some numbers, send me some papers, and boom. And they can have that letter out in a day or two. But get your qualification letter from your bank. Now, once you do that, now your realtor will go to work for you and start shopping, and you can make an offer. It sounds like a lot of steps, but I have a rule for myself, and it's let the professionals be the professionals. Don't try to do it all. Let your realtor find the house, and it will take some time as a general rule, especially now the market's hot. But let him do his job. Let the banker do his job. Let the attorneys do their job. Let the title company do their job. All you need to do is keep your credit good, save some cash, write down what you want, find a realtor, go make an offer. I decided to do this because I was teaching a young man, and he's done very, very well with his finances, and he came from a really, really bad place. And in less than a year, he's got 10 grand saved going to buy a house, and he wants to wait until he can put more down and buy a decent home. Right now, he's house hacking. Smart kid. He's only in his early 20s. He's a smart kid. Most kids would have taken that 10 grand and gone and blown it. He started with nothing. So, but we were talking about going to get a house, and he had all kinds of questions. What do I do? Where do I go? What do I have to do? What do I need? So I told him. Now, the one thing that I didn't talk about in this video that I wish I had of, and I'm going to mention it now, it's not in order, but when you go to finance your house, as a first-time home buyer, when you put your 20% down, there are many, many programs available, state, local, and federal programs, depending on where your house is, or your first-time home buyer, or your age, or there are many, many programs. When I bought my first house, and by the way, first time means you haven't bought a house in the last 10 years. That's a first-time home buyer. When I got back into real estate this time, I was going to put, I think it was $5,000 down, and they had a state program where they were going to give me $6,000 towards closing. Yes, please. I mean, I had to jump through some hoops, but it was $6 grand. So ask your banker. If your banker doesn't volunteer to tell you what the state programs are, find another banker, because there are many, many, many programs out there. That's all I wanted to talk about. I hope this checklist helps, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. So good luck house hunting. You guys have a great day, a great week, and happy house hunting.